So we've been working on our pen and ink using texture to build up values in pen and ink. So like hatching, cross hatching, all this stuff here. We've done some practices with fruit, right? And vegetables, right? You've probably done more than me. And then we've been starting a rough draft in our journal of our final drawing. And then we've started on a larger piece of paper. This is a 9 by 12 piece of paper. And at this point of the assignment, you should have it on the 9 by 12 piece of paper. You should have light pencil. And maybe you've started putting in your pen and ink textures, right? And if you're at that point, then you're on track. This is due on Friday. This drawing is due on Friday. So maybe you're at the point where you're putting these in. And maybe then you're almost ready to put in your color, because color is the last thing that you do, right? Remember when we did this? We drew it in pencil, then we put it in ink, and then we did our color. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is the color part of it. So page to the next blank page. And we're going to do something like this. So go to the next blank page. And we're going to use our orange and our red. I think they work really well together. So get those out. So when you get colored pencils as a little kid, you think, okay, cool, I can draw and write with them, right? And that's true, but there's so many things that you can do with colored pencils to make them really an amazing drawing tool. So we're going to talk about that today. The first thing I want to talk about is what not to do with colored pencil. So this is what not to do. What not to do is to take the point and push down really hard like that. Okay, that's what not to do. And you might do that like when you're writing, right? You're pushing really hard. No. Okay. We're going to avoid using that way. And instead, we're going to use light pressure. Light pressure. Yep, you're going to take notes with me. Okay, light pressure. Let me zoom in. Okay, we're zoomed in. So we're going to talk about light pressure. This would be heavy pressure, right? No heavy pressure. We're going to do light pressure. Okay, and so we're going to take our orange and we're going to do some light pressure. I'm just going to go down below these words and I'm going to use the side of my pencil. And sometimes you don't need the point, but you might want to sharpen so you can get more of the side going on here. And you're going to take the side and you want to kind of hold it back a little bit. You don't want to hold it up here, okay? You want to hold it back, and sometimes people hold it with their hand grabbing it over the top instead of, you know, here's how you write, where the pencil's on the top. We might want to put your hand over the top and hold it like this. That is an easy way to get light pressure, but definitely go out on the barrel here. And we're going to use the side. We're just going to put light pressure all the way across, about maybe an inch and a half down. Okay, just really practicing, not pushing hard. This is our practice, kind of like a warm-up. Okay, using the side of my pencil. Okay, that's light pressure. Hopefully you were able to achieve that. Right? This whole thing's light pressure. Now we're going to divide this up into 4 sections. I'm just going to make some sections like that, and I'm going to number them 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and do that. So now we're going to leave, we're going to layer, and we're going to leave number 1 just like this. We're not going to go over number 1 at all. And the next layer, we're going to put right on top, kind of like layers of a cake, or you can think of like a hamburger. You got your hamburger. I know, I'm talking about food again. And you got, what do you put on it? Cheese and on your hamburger. On your hamburger, and then you put on lettuce and tomato, and anyway, layering like that. Okay, so the next layer, we're going to go vertical layer. This was horizontal, right? So we're going to go vertical light layer from 2 all the way across. Okay, go for it. Same color. And what you'll notice is, if you kind of do the whole thing and then step away, you'll notice that it's getting more saturated. More of the pigment of the pencil is getting in those little, the tooth of the paper, right? So now number 1 has 1 layer, and then the rest of them have 2 layers. And we're going to do that again, but we're going to skip 1 and 2. We're just going to take, again, the same color and go right over 3 and 4. Now we're going horizontal again. So we're switching our directions. Just a light layer. Go slow so that you don't miss little areas. You can kind of end up seeing where you miss them and where you don't. So now we have 1, 2, 3, and then the last one we're just going to go over just 4. We're going to go vertical again. Again, a light layer using the side of the pencil. I'm just trying to fill in all those little cracks, all those little white spaces of the paper. And this is called saturation through layering. And this is the most saturated, right? That's the most saturated. So I'll give you a minute to get that done. So now you can see we have a lot more saturated color, a lot more richness of color. This is how colored pencils in an artist's way are meant to be used. This is their intended purpose, is layering, light pressure and layering, okay? And I'm showing you this because this is part of what you're going to do on your fruit and vegetable drawings, is layering. The next thing I want to show you is how to layer 2 colors for blending, okay? So we're just going to take our red and our orange now, okay? And we're going to do the same thing, so we're just start with 1 color. I'll start with orange again and make a long, see how light it is? Just real light pressure. Going across like that. And then do the same, I don't know if you can see on camera, there. Then do the same with the second color. So first I did orange, it doesn't matter what order. And then do the same with the second color. Okay, this is about blending two colors together. Kind of looks blurry. That's because there shouldn't be any real lines. Okay, so we'll do this again. We'll section them out 1, 2, 3, just to help us. Okay, Jack, thank you so much. I just didn't want you to be surprised. All right, and the next time, again, we're going to skip this here. And then we're going to go to vertical. And we're going to go all the way across 2, 3, and 4 with both colors. Again, real light layers. I'm not pressing hard. I have my hand way down. Okay, and then same with the red. Again, use the side, don't use the point. When I was young, nobody really taught me how to do this. I really would have liked to have known. I might have become more of a fan of colored pencils. Okay, so there's 1, there's 2. Now we're going to do another layer of each one. And this time we'll go horizontal. And all it's doing is it's filling in those little areas that don't have colored pencil yet. All the white of the paper, it's kind of filling it in gradually. And some may ask, well, why don't we just push down harder? Well, there's something with colored pencils. They have a wax content to them. And if you have a colored pencil and you put it down really heavy in the beginning, like this in the beginning, then you can't draw over it. And in colored pencil work, you want to be able to draw over it. You want to be able to blend. Okay, so I'm just going horizontal again. And you can see, this is very interesting, right here, right there. I had a little scratch in my paper, and so the colored pencil kind of skipped over it. Anywhere where the paper is indented, the colored pencil will skip over it. And you can actually, that is actually a technique where you can scratch into the paper and then color over it and it'll stay white, but we're not doing that right now. Okay, last layer, vertical with both colors, just on number 4. Both colors. Great. And this is called blending two colors through layering. Blending two colors through layering. Okay, and this saturation and this blend is what we're going for. Okay, for our fruit and pen drawings, fruit and vegetable drawings. We're going for this. So here we have our assignment that we're working on, right? And the reason I taught you all of this is because part of the rubric says colored pencil layering. Colored pencil layers are blended. Okay, and so that's what we need. That's what we need to do. So we need to do layers that are blended. Okay, so let's see if I can stop share here. That is right here. Number 4 on the second one. Okay, so that's why we practice this. And you can do this with any color. So you could do these with, especially with fruit and vegetables, they're plants. So you could do it with yellow and green. These ones actually make a very nice blend. So like the lighter ones, but you could also do it with the two greens. The two greens, if you have any green, the two greens blended together make really nice green. You could do it with the two blues. You could do it with the blue and the green. You can do it with any of the colors. I would not blend opposite colors because they're going to make brown unless you want brown. So like if you blend red and green together, you're going to get brown. And if you blend blue and orange together, you're going to get brown. And if you blend purple and yellow together, you're going to get brown. So don't blend those ones. Okay, but think about the color wheel. Ones next to each other will blend like this. They'll blend to their neighbors very, very well. Okay. So that is what I want you to do when you start putting colored pencil on your drawing. So the rest of the class is just for work time to work on this drawing. Okay. So it's due on Friday. The drawing is due on Friday. Okay. We're just going to have work time.